Chapter 34. Brian POV. My world crumbled violently around me, shattered into irreparable shards. Everything I believed about her dissolved into bitter deceit, a betrayal so profound it seared my soul. How could I have been so blind? She wasn't right for me. Every idealized notion shattered like glass. For a fleeting moment, I dared to believe she was my soulmate, my missing piece. But she was nothing but a charlatan, a deceiver who brazenly lied to my face. Brian, what's going on, man? Martin's voice cut through my turmoil as I strode across the empty expanse of the car park. I paid him no heed, my mind consumed by the relentless echoes of her treachery. Brian, you can't just leave. She lied to me. I snarl at him, striding toward his car. Regret seizes me for not bringing my own keys. I snap, and he retrieves them from his jeans pocket, tossing them my way. So, what? You're not even going to let her explain? Martin's voice is laced with disbelief. What's there to explain? She slept with another man and had a child. It's pretty straightforward, Martin. I growl, unlocking his car. I slide into the driver's seat and start the engine, drowning out any further protests. You don't know that. I do know that you said she had a kid, and she admitted it. That doesn't mean you know the circumstances, Brian. For all you know, she could have been raped. Maybe the father abandoned her. What do you want me to do, Martin? Either way, she has a kid, and he isn't mine. Bringing a single mother home to be a Luna would be grounds for my father to disown me. It's humiliating. My mother was a single mother, your father a single father. What the hell does that have to do with her ability to be Luna? Martin's voice drips with anger. I wince, instantly regretting my words. Shit, I didn't mean it like that. No, you meant she's some kind of rogue whore. I thought you were better than this prejudiced bullcrap. So what if she is? She's your mate. Give me a moment to think. I have 2 weeks until the damn alpha meeting, and I don't have a mate to present. This is a mess. I shout, frustration boiling over as I hit the gas, tires screeching against the pavement as I speed down the main road. You can be a real stupid. You know that? I chuckle bitterly, well aware of my flaws. But in this moment, self-awareness changes nothing. The looming threat of scandal gnaws at my mind. If this gets out, the vulture press will tear me apart. People already knew she was my mate. What happens when they see her son and piece it all together? That'll make for one hell of a headline. Martin fiddles with the radio, his voice blending into the background as my thoughts spiral. Suddenly, Martin's hand slams against my chest, jolting me back to reality as he screams, Brian? I snap out of my daze, slamming the brakes just in time to avoid running the red light. The car fishtails down the side street before screeching to a halt, my heart pounding against my ribcage as I grip the steering wheel with white-knuckled intensity. Damn, that was too close, Martin mutters, holding his head as he glances out the back window. The front tires rest on the curb, narrowly missing the patrons seated outside the cafe. People have their phones out, snapping pictures, and I can already envision the headlines. Alpha Brian caught drunk driving, or Alpha Brian endangers public safety with reckless stunts, or something equally damning. I hang my head in shame. For God's sake, just breathe. It's not the end of the world, Martin snaps at me. It might as well be, I reply despondently. Why is it that you get a mate and a kid on the same damn day? Only you would phrase it like that, I scoff, a bitter laugh escaping me as I shake my head. Just drive. We're already destined for the front page tomorrow. Let's get out of here, Martin urges, giving my chest a firm slap. And you better not have messed up my rim, he adds, and I roll my eyes. I'll buy you new ones. Nah, don't worry about it. You've already footed the bill for your mate wrecking my car. They're coming next week, he says with a smirk. What? Don't leave your credit cards lying around. Besides, it's not like you can't afford it. I cashed in my bonus early, Martin explains. Do I even want to know how much? Nope, but thanks, bro. I chuckle, starting his car and slowly pulling away from the flashing cameras and the murmuring crowd that had gathered around us. What's this? I inquire, flicking through the radio stations until something catches my attention. Amber Alert, A rogue male child wearing a blue school uniform and primary dove's hat has gone missing. The radio host announces, catching both Martin's and my attention. Well, maybe you won't be splashed all over the papers tomorrow if they don't find that kid. Martin murmurs, his gaze fixed on the description. Amber eyes. Martin mutters, and I slam on the brakes just as Martin's eyes widen. Jane's kid? He asks, his voice tense with concern. No, it must be a coincidence, I assure him, though a sense of unease begins to gnaw at me. How many kids do you know with amber eyes? Well, none. You're the one who mentioned it, Martin points out. Fair point. We should head back. We've got that meeting in 20 minutes anyway. Yeah, I sigh, the realization of the impending meeting hitting me like a ton of bricks. Are you calm now? Martin asks, glancing at me as I grip the steering wheel tightly. Yeah, I reply, forcing myself to relax, though the turmoil inside me remains. Same old stupid show. I'm just the idiot shoveling the shit, something I'm used to. I mutter bitterly. That's the spirit. After the meetings, we can head back to your apartment and get drunk. How does that sound? Martin suggests. Nah, I think I'll pass tonight, I reply, feeling the weight of my responsibilities pressing down on me. Great, that means you can be the designated driver and watch me get drunk, Martin jokes, earning an eye roll for me. Or you can hang out at my place and I'll watch you get drunk while I figure out how to get out of this arranged marriage, I retort, the thought of my impending union souring my mood even further. Sounds good as long as I'm the one getting drunk. I need a drink after all your dramas today, Martin chuckles. We're almost back at my hotel when my phone starts buzzing, and I groan seeing my father's face and number on the screen. Reluctantly, I answer, putting it on loudspeaker so I can keep driving. Yes, Dad, I say in a bored tone. Where are you? You're late. My father's voice crackles through the phone. Pulling up in the car park now, I lie smoothly, even though I'm still 10 minutes away. Good. So, what did you want to tell me about the Alpha meeting? I got your message earlier but forgot to reply. Some announcement? Is this you agreeing to the marriage? My father's voice cuts through the line, demanding my attention. I curse inwardly, realizing I had forgotten about my plan to inform him about finding my mate today. Panic seizes me as I hesitate, frantically searching for a way to navigate this conversation. Maybe we could keep her son a secret, send him to boarding school for a year or so. But could I even ask that of her? I could just mark her and be done with it, rendering any objections from my father moot. Martin watches me intently, waiting to see how I'll respond. Yeah, we can talk about the details tomorrow. I'll be too busy after the meeting, I lie, desperately buying myself more time to concoct a plan. So, you're agreeing to marry and mark Amanda? My father's voice carries a note of urgency, pressing for confirmation. No, Dad, but I think I have a solution to our little issue, I reply, trying to sound confident despite the uncertainty gnawing at me. Brian, this is the solution. You need a mate, and this is a good idea. It will calm the pax. My father insists, his tone firm. I said we'll talk about it later. I'll see you soon. I cut him off, abruptly ending the call before he can argue further. Now what? Martin asks, his voice filled with concern. Now I need to find a way to convince Jane to send her kid away for a bit, so my father doesn't find out about him, and persuade her to let me mark her, I reply, the weight of the situation pressing down on me. Yeah, right, as if that's going to happen, Martin scoffs, his disbelief evident. I shake my head, feeling the weight of my limited options bearing down on me. I don't see any other choice. Either the kid disappears for a while, or I forcefully mark and order him away.